Super Frank Lampard will not be the next Rangers manager. Broke last night. And I, for one, I'm glad about it. Did put the poll up yesterday saying, here, who's going to be happy about this appointment? Doesn't really matter who's happy or sad, but we'll still read the comments a wee bit later. But he was on the shortlist, which for me is weird. He was announced as on the shortlist. A lot of people thought he was going to be the manager, and hell, a lot of people, right, are betting him because he's by far the favourite with some bookmakers, but he will not be a part of the club's final stage interview process, even though he was on the list. Maybe that whole he was on the list was just smoking mirrors. Maybe he was on Chris Jericho's list. I'm not too sure, but they will start next week, the final stage interview processes. Of course, Beale did leave last Sunday following a home defeat to Aberdeen. We've got St Mirren tomorrow. Match preview will be up later. Honestly, I just, if we play like we did against Aberdeen, and especially if we play the way we did against Aris Limassol, we may as well not go down the Paisley because we're going to get beat, right? We cannot win playing like that. You could maybe salvage like a 0-0, but you can't win playing like that, and that's sad times. But third Premiership loss it was on to talk about. I mean, the 45-year-old was interested in replacing Michael Beale, with reports suggesting that talks took place between the ex-international England midfielder and the Ibrox board, but now he's not in the running. I'm kind of confused why he is. I don't even know why it's scrolling up, but it is what it is. And of course, we're stuck with Stephen Davis and Alex Ray. And Stephen Davis' comments yesterday, if you haven't seen the video, go check it out. Cannot believe he said that. But we're going to move into your comments. Enough of what I think. I think it's good news for me that that Frank Lampard is out of the running. No one wanted him. I mean, if anything, by the end of Beale's tenure, the amount of people that wanted Beale sacked probably don't want Lampard, and that is telling. But let's look at it. So I did put up this poll. Now, obviously, it did break last night that he's not coming, even though he's still in the running in terms of the bookies. So would they lie to us? I don't know. It wouldn't be the first time, would it? But I said, with Super Frank Lampard favourite, do we want him? Basically 500 votes. 21% have voted for aye. 79% have voted for no chance. So, you can see the overwhelming majority there are voting for no chance. And to be honest, I would say there's quite a lot of Celtic fans that have voted aye there. Make no mistake about it. Lewis McLean says, we're better off just cancelling the season if we appoint him. The mediocrity at its finest. It is. We are, like, I know everyone said it, but you'd be signing the player, Frank Lampard, man. And it's not like everything he's done managerially has been awful. I mean, I gave him praise the other day. It's what he did in his first season with Chelsea with a transfer ban. I think he actually did quite good. But here, all the rest of these seasons have been quite shit. Gary says, absolutely not. We need a proven winner, experience, and leader. It's a shame we're not getting Frank Lampard the player, because he would be all of that. Edward McGee says, doesn't matter what the fans want, the board will go with the cheapest option here. I'm guessing they will go with Lampard in the hope he can tap into the EPL for loans and free transfers like Gerrard did. Well, I mean, that would be like the only plus side of what Lampard would bring. I mean, I think he would actually play the youth as well, but in terms of like managerial skills, the guy is fucking shite. The epitome of style over substance. He's hopeless as a manager, says BPF. I agree with that. John Lammy says, I've just heard that Chris Jack has reported that Lampard won't be interviewed for the job. Thank God. He was never my choice. I would like to see Knutson get the job, but he said he's interested. But that is 7 games to go, and Bodo Glimt are going for the title, and he doesn't want to leave them high and dry, or Muscat, or whoever. He'll need balls to make decisions that's needed. The old guard have had it easy long enough. Well, maybe you could agree to get a deal with Knutson where he'll become the Rangers manager once these 7 games with Bodo Glimt have wrapped up. If we truly want him, if he is the top target, Rangers probably would let him honour that. But the problem with that is we need fucking help now, man, because, like, let's be real, if we were going to get a bounce under Davis, we would have seen it Thursday. And the only bounce we seen was off a fucking cliff, because it got even worse, and I didn't think it could get worse, and it did. So I think we need a manager now rather than waiting. Then we've got a Celtic fan saying, yes, take him. He's won fuck all and never will. He's managed multi-million footballers and could do nothing. He'll be dealing with bangers at your club, so please sign him up. Big Georgie says, another spud muncher on all things Rangers. Edward McGee says, we nonce seeking attention. GGT 500 says, the players will probably look up to Frank as his Premier League experience and did well with Chelsea in his first time managing them. Realistically, he'll be better than Beale. Beale was shit manager. The board gave him too much money. If we give Lampard no much, just a medium amount, I think he do something. Well, he might. But he won't because he's not getting the manager job. Pato says Lampard gets a terrible record. Rangers need experienced name to shake up the players that deal with the used to adversity and will revitalise the club. It's got to be Sam Allardyce, who wants the job and is endured by Sir Alex, Barry Ferguson and McCoy. Well, I mean, you want that. I mean, Sam Allardyce, I don't know. I think we're beyond like a Sam Allardyce. We're not a lower Premier League team that needs to stay in the fucking division. We're a team that needs to win pretty much every game to the end of the season just to give us half a chance of winning the fucking title. That's pretty much how desperate we are 7 games in. Robbie says, to be completely honest, I didn't want Lampard at first, but I watched CJ Novo's video on him. It makes sense why he's perfect for the job. Replies to this, Madness BPF says, keep telling yourself that. I also watched CJ Novo's vid on Lampard, and to be honest, if it just made me not want Lampard even more. I already knew everything that Lampard done, right? He had like the biggest budget for a championship team in Derby. He dropped the ball, finished like what, 6th, lost in the playoffs. Then he went to Chelsea. Like I said, praise for the first season because he got top 4 with a team that had a transfer embargo. Now, we're going to be honest about that. CJ Novo banged on about the fact that you had Liverpool and Man City at the top and they were untouchable. Yeah, but look at the rest of the fucking league. The Premier League now is way stronger than it was then. Make no mistake about it. Because you look at now, right? City are just as good. Liverpool are a bit worse, but I think they're on the way back. Arsenal are fucking 10 times the team they are now that they were then. Tottenham, albeit it's only been a short couple of months, but Ange has completely turned them around. You've got the likes of Brighton, Aston Villa. I mean, there's probably teams I'm missing in there. But fuck, I mean, I'd throw West Ham into the mix. I think they can be up there a bit more. I mean, fuck, Newcastle, completely forgot about them. So it's not like Lampard did the greatest job. And yes, transfer ban and all, but they still had good players. And he relied a lot on youth, but it's not like he did it with a transfer ban with a bunch of jobbers. You know, it was a good Chelsea team going up against a league where the top 2 are clear everyone else, and then it's just the jobbers battling down below. The Premier League's got better since then. So I wouldn't hang too much on what Lampard did during that season. It's his only probably his good thing that he's done it in his managerial career. So for me, it didn't really open my eyes because I kind of already knew about it, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at the Premier League now and look at it when Lampard got top 4 with Chelsea that first season and realise that the Premier League was way worse then. Truth and Awareness UK says the players will look up to Frank and will want to show what they got. Under Bale, that wasn't the case. Under Gerrard, was the case. Frank's connections could also help us. I'm torn between yes and no, but I'm more of a yes man and wanted Frank before Gerrard was even mentioned by Rangers. We'll see. The problem is, you know, even in that, but I just don't get it, right? In that video, CJ Novo actually compared Lampard and Gerrard and said they're like cut from the same cloth. I get it, right? You know, they grew up and they competed against each other as managers, but Gerrard is, for me, a superior manager than Lampard. Gerrard's fucking, he won us 55, he got us competing. I mean, I think people are underrating Gerrard just because he left us and went to Villa. He's fucking won, he's stopped 10 in a row. Put some fucking respect on Gerrard's name. So what, right? His Aston Villa run didn't go exactly, you know, great. Unai Emery's doing an outstanding job, right? He is, make no mistake about it. This is not trying to play devil's advocate for Unai Emery or fucking Gerrard, but can you really say that Lampard and Gerrard in the Premier League are that comparable? I mean, Gerrard got like, what, less than a year? Lampard has had numerous attempts at clubs. First time round with Chelsea, like I said, it was alright. Everton, fucking abysmal. Now, to be honest, Everton's an awful club. And then the second time round with Chelsea, a 9% win record. Come on, man. I think to say that Gerrard and Lampard are the same is wrong. Greig Allen says Lampard's not as bad a manager as all making it down south. Chelsea and Everton are still struggling. It's deeper problems at those clubs and who's the manager. Lampard did well at Derby and not bad at Chelsea first time round. Yeah, but you know, you look at Thomas Tuchel. I mean, he won Chelsea the Champions League. Oh, but Lampard, they got 4 wins and 2 draws to kick off that campaign. Aye, but would they have won them the fucking Champions League? Like if he was still at the club? No, not a hope in hell. Gary says he got sacked at Derby. If he was doing well, why did they sack him? He nearly got Everton relegated. No thanks, we don't want him. Exactly, he almost did get Everton relegated, man. And like The few times that Everton under Lampard, I say a few times, I think it was once they almost went down, but he kept them up. In the second time, he was going to take them down, and Dykes took over. The first time they were jammy, man. They were. Gary says that would be the last straw. That would sink us. Then the year when an EPL job comes up, he'd be off, and then we would need to start all this over again. Effing no way. And you know what's happening? I mean, come on. It's just shite. It is just shite. We don't want Lampard. It looks like we're not going to get him. And then, hi Stevie, fuck knows mate. Whoever comes through the door is on a fucking bummer. We're on a poison chalice. Yep. It's mincemeat, but we have to deal with it. And there you go, guys. Frank Lampard apparently will not be the Rangers manager. But only time will tell. Who will be? That's the real question. Who's going to manage these fucking jabronis? Who knows? But until next time, peace.